Hey everyone, I'm here with a quick story on Diddy, Anthony Rico, and his other lawyer Mark. So earlier today, we heard that, Tony Rico said he won off of the Diddy case. He said he spoke to Mark, he's putting his paperwork input to the judge because the judge has to sign off on it. No attorney can just leave their client high and dry, even if their client has five, six, 10 other lawyers. If you are one of the five, six, or 10, you still got to get permission to leave said case. And he said there are no circumstances on the face of this earth, and I'm paraphrasing, guys, where he would be able to continue to represent Diddy. And everybody was like, well, we need more. Like, this is crazy. The trial is in May. We need more information on this. What lawyer just out of nowhere drops their client? Well, Tony did. And the reason why has now come out, at least some of it. And I will tell you this, I think Diddy made a big mistake. I get it, Mark was first. I get it, he trusts Mark, but he's trusting Mark. Let's be clear on what Mark has done for him so far. Mark got helped him get his bail denied, not one, not two, but three times. Mark told him ahead of time when they went and Homeland Security went and raided his homes. Mark told him, listen, it's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when they're coming to arrest you. So Mark, because he's familiar with New York, he used to work down there at the Southern District of New York. He told Diddy, listen, we cool. I done spoke to my people, and I'm paraphrasing people. Is this diva thoughts here? He told Diddy, I done spoke to my people. I done told them you on your way to New York. They don't have to come to Miami to get you. And you're surrendering everybody's passport, including Baby Love. Like Baby Love can go somewhere by herself. They got your passport, your mama passport, your all the kids' passports. I told him you corroborated. So Diddy comes to New York. He puts himself up in a hotel, and he had a date upon which he was going to go and turn himself in to the Southern District of New York. But see, they played him out. But they played him out under Mark's watch. So they not only played Diddy, they played Mark. They played him out. And they came and they picked Diddy up from that hotel a day early. And he was in shock, and he never saw the light of day after that. And why did they pick him up? Because they knew they had a plan. They knew they had a strategy. And part of their strategy is once he was locked behind bars, they was not going to let him back out on no bail or no bond. And in the meantime, Mark thinking these his friends, he was trusting them because if he was smart, the day Diddy landed in New York, he should have just took Diddy to a precinct. What would they have told him? No, we're not taking him in now, and they looking for him, or they knew they wanted him. He should have taken Diddy to the precinct, and he should have turned Diddy in himself. We're not waiting tomorrow. We're not waiting today. Arrest him now. He's here. So Mark got played. So in turn, they played Mark. And so Diddy got played. And when Diddy has a decision to make, that's an important because it's about his life and whether he's going to spend another day after this trial is over, or the rest of his life in jail is dependent upon the lawyers he has in this trial, and he lets go of Anthony Rico. Big mistake. Anthony is the level-headed one here. Anthony is the one that is not looking for fame and fortune. He's looking to make sure his client gets the best representation possible. Because Anthony said, we need more time. I don't think May 5th is enough time for us to look at this evidence and defend the case. But he's cocky. He's like, oh, we only need a week. Let me share a screen so we can get into this story. So Diddy ex-attorney quit over defense strategy battle. So it was a matter of who's the head person in charge here. Mark said, I am. So Tony said, I'm out. So Diddy has one less lawyer fighting for him heading into his federal trial because his legal team couldn't get on the same page regarding the best defense for him, TMZ has learned. Sources with direct knowledge of Anthony Rico's exit from Diddy's camp tell us he had been in a power struggle going on between lead attorney Marc and him for several months, and it finally came to a head. Well, I guess, even though it looks bad, I guess the best case scenario is that this power struggle came to a head before the trial versus during the trial. Okay, because they might have had to do a mistrial because the lawyers wasn't getting along. So as we reported, Rico shook up Diddy's team Friday morning by informing the judge he could no longer effectively defend his client, but his filing lacked detail about why he was jumping ship. We're told the battle within the team Diddy centered around the sex trafficking allegations, and there was a disagreement on how to handle that part of the federal indictment when they go to trial. For his part, Marc has repeatedly denied the trafficking charge and instead says the so-called free calls always involve consensual sex between Diddy, a girlfriend, and a third party. As we reported, Marc filed a motion to dismiss count 3 of the indictment, which is all about the Mann Act, the transportation of individuals to engage in the P word. Our sources says Tony Rico grew frustrated when his efforts to speak to Diddy about legal strategies was thwarted by co-counsel, and that's why he felt he couldn't properly defend the hip-hop mogul. So Tony was probably going to try to speak to Diddy and say, listen, Diddy, this is what they're thinking. This is what they're trying to do. These are my thoughts. This is what I think you should do. This is how I think this should be handled. But Diddy didn't listen. Or they wouldn't let Tony get the Diddy so he can hear what Tony had to say. We also told Rico strongly believed they wouldn't be ready to go to trial by May 5th. The scheduled start date, and thought they should ask the judge for more time. His co-counsel strongly disagreed. Push came to shove, and Rico said, peace out. Our sources connected to Diddy told us Rico's departure is much ado about nothing, saying lead defense attorneys Marc and Tenney have been rock solid for almost a year now. Rock solid? I mean, this is me respectfully. Are you dumb, stupid, or both? They couldn't get you bail, and you offered $50 million, 24-hour security. You're not going to touch the internet, allegedly. You're not going to get in contact with any of the witnesses. You're not going to do this, that, and the other. They're rock solid. They couldn't get you bail. The Abercrombie and Fitch guys are walking around with an ankle bracelet on. And they are being accused of similar crimes as you, Diddy. Rock solid. Marc did a whole documentary about you, Diddy. A whole documentary. Laughing and kikiing and thought it was a kiki and a ha-ha about the baby oil situation. Didn't want to say it came from Target or Sam's Club or whatever. And they came out, no, I think he said Costco, one of the big box stores. And they came out and said, we don't sell baby oil. They rock solid. We reached out to Diddy's rest for a comment, but no word back yet. Marc made it clear in TMZ's downfall of Diddy. You hear me? Marc made it clear in TMZ's downfall of Diddy. How you the lawyer? Your client didn't even go to trial yet, and you're participating in the documentary about your client. He wants to go to trial as soon as possible, and in today's filing, Rico told the judge his departure would not delay Diddy's defense. Well, it's not going to delay it because they are 10 toes down that they good. I think Rico was his what do they call that? Tony Rico was Diddy's his ace, so to speak, his wild card, the one that was going to help pull this thing through, and he tossed it in the trash. I don't know what to say. This is going to be an interesting trial. And I do think, without me knowing anything about this case, I think with all the things that Diddy is being charged with, I think about all the sensationalism in the media. I think about all the civil cases he has against them. I think that preparation is everything. And I think even when they talk about, sports games, basketball, this, prep is everything. The practice you do is everything. And then you're going to have an easier time when you get on that court if it's basketball. When it's showtime, if you have been practicing, it's going to show when it's time for you to do the real thing. Prep is everything in these cases. And the rush to prep time because you want to be cocky and you think you're going to call this, that. And now Cassie threw the wild card on them. She's pregnant. Who's going to beat down a pregnant person in the stand, on the stand? You piss the jury off. Then the jury's going to think not only is your client a jerk, they're going to think the lawyer's a jerk too. This is messy. I think Tony Rico should have been on that team. And I think Diddy should have asked to bump him up higher in the totem pole of these other lawyers, because Tony knows what he's doing. And then I think no matter who you are, when you go on an appeals, you usually 9 times. I don't know too many cases where the person was found guilty the first time and then on the appeal they won. I haven't seen many of them. But listen, guys, chat with me in the comments, and when I get an opportunity, I will chat back. If you're not a subscriber, subscribe. Hit the notification bell so that every time I upload a video, you will be notified. If you are a subscriber, welcome back. Everybody, thanks for watching. Let me know your thoughts on Tony Rico not feeling heard, not being listened to. So he was probably just a figurehead getting paid. And you know what? Shout out to him for not saying, you know what, let me just go ahead and sit back and make a whole $1 million. He said, I ain't jeopardizing my reputation because I'm not feeling that the way they going, that's not the way I would do this thing. Thanks for watching, guys. Hit that like button. I'll see you on the next video.